There's one place for the newest drops in wellness and performance, and the biggest sale of the year. It's The Drop by GNC, curating the best of what's new, handpicked by the pros who know what works. And right now, get it all, buy one, get one 50% off during the semi-annual Live Well sale. From crushing workouts to leveling up your nutrition and everything in between, get the best deals on the latest innovations. All the newness is all on sale right now during the Live Well sale on The Drop by GNC.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick-draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com/comfort. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
Shipping, billing, admin, payroll, marketing. You're managing all the things. So why waste time sending important documents the old-fashioned way? Mail and ship when you want, how you want with Stamps.com. Print postage on demand 24/7 and schedule pickups from your office or home. Save up to 90% with automated rate shopping. That's why over 1 million small businesses trust Stamps.com. Go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST to try Stamps.com risk-free for 60 days.
Welcome to Alienized Photos Industry Talk with your host, Photographer Jackson. And I'm here today with a special guest, fabulous interior designer, Miss India Sujuan, with Sujuan Interior, Decor, Design, even event space. I know I kind of butchered that a little bit, but also event space, I want to include that. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. So I'm India Sujuan. I'm the owner of Sujuans Decor. Sujuans Decor was founded back in 2021. Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
I not only do interior design, I also do home staging, and I also source materials for home flips. And I also have an event space, but sadly, well, not sadly, happy for me, sad for other people, it will be closing very soon.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. So, yeah. And I also forgot the home staging. You told me that. I'm like, ooh. I'm going to try.
It's new. It's a few things that I do, so it's okay.
So what would you say you like the most?
I tend to gravitate towards the new stuff, which is the home staging. I love home staging. And I think the reason why I like home staging, even though there are limitations on like how much you can do in a home staging, because it's just like staging, but it's more of what I want to see versus what a client is asking me for. So I get to express like, how I would style something or pull looks that I would want to do, versus me going based off of someone else's inspiration and what they want to do, and me creating based off of the realms of what they would like to see in their space. So I like home staging because I get to be a creative and more free with what I decide to do. But with home staging, you don't see often, like, going in and having wallpaper or accent walls or any of those things. So you have to make art without being able to hide behind like wallpapers and paint. You have to still make the room look like a room without being able to have all of these other elements that could create fullness in the space. So I like the science behind it too. So yeah.
Science and art go together.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, wow. So it sounds like, in a sense, leadership, because you said, you kind of do the design yourself and you kind of, think it out and what's in your brain and your imagination, bring it to life. Mm-hmm. So would you say you're more of a premium designer or budget friendly?
Oh, I would say that I'm a little bit of both. I would love, I feel like I haven't worked with any luxury homes just yet. I feel it coming in my near future.
Definitely.
But I wouldn't like the homes that they're mid pricing and stuff like that. And I even if I am in a luxury project, I tend to still find things that are budget friendly, because just because people got money don't mean that they want to spend a whole lot of money when they can find ways to save it. So I would say that with art, you can always be budget friendly. Like, I found pieces that were like dirt cheap and like different unique art stores, or like even thrift stores, that I have been able to like really highlight and make look beautiful. So honestly, it just depends on the designer and how artistic they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's kind of paint a picture. We're in this room, this box. Of course, it got 4 walls, so you're looking at 2 corners. Kind of visually design the room if you stepped into a new house. But let's just take it one room at a time.
Like, you want me to describe the house room by room, like walking through a space?
Yeah, that's how you would like design it, almost like Sims. You kind of doing a project.
I that's kind of hard for me to kind of do on spot if I'm not looking at the space.
Okay.
But when I walk, I can give you an example of what it's like for me when I do walk into spaces. Immediately when I walk into spaces, I'm already envisioning like, oh, they could do this, or that couch should be moved there, or they have that artwork placed too high up, they need to lower it, or oh, this room would actually pop if they added some wallpaper or an accent wall of color, or this area rug is too simple, like we need something that's a little bit more flamboyant, or this artwork has absolutely nothing to do with the concept that they have going on in this space. So I tend to like, people be talking to me and I can multitask in that way where they're talking to me, but I'm walking through and I'm already visually putting the space together before I even touch it. So that's why I absolutely love the process and the practice of creating a rendering, because you get to put what you have in your head into the computer system almost, and be able to walk your clients through the space before you actually execute. Because you could be all day like, oh yeah, I think you should do this and this and the third, and it sounds good. But then I don't know if you've ever seen this episode on HGTV, and I don't know if they did a rendering for this episode, but
and what's a rendering?
A rendering is a 3D computer generated room where you create the actual room by measurement, by like, you know, everything. You set it up how you would set it up like if you were going to execute it. So based off of the concepts and the colors that you and your client came up with, you would put it together in a space like that.
I'm kind of familiar with it because, you know, coming from a photography background, I don't do a lot of portraits, but I do a lot of weddings, so prints do come in mind, and like setting up, like you said, those 3D spaces of how it will look on their wall and which size is a frame is best for their wall, or this wall, or where it should even go.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, I can see.
No.
Okay, we might have to collab in that.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so I don't know if that particular episode they used a rendering. I saw it so long ago, but pretty much, I guess she came up with a concept, described the concept clearly. The couple walked in and they was like, what is this? Like, this is not, I don't like this. I wouldn't want to live in this. And that's like every designer's like worst nightmare. It's for a client to walk in and be like, yo, this is not what I asked for. So with rendering, you're able to literally put in front of your client like, hey, this is exactly what we're doing. Now there may be a differentiation in like decor, like little trinkets that you find and stuff like that, but bulk of things, it will look exactly like the rendering. So yeah.
Okay. So that's very important. Digital blueprint, literally. Wow.
It's called floor mapping. You can map out the floor plan and kind of show them where their furniture is going to go, why it's going there, why it makes sense, how it either opens up the room or gives the room more of a coziness or quaintness. So yeah.
So even let's talk about floor plan, like because even as an entrepreneur starting off, you may have a plan, but sometimes it may not go to plan, or you may have to adjust because of unforeseen situation. So have you ever been given a floor plan and you get there, it's like changed somehow?
Never given a floor plan. I normally create the floor plans.
Okay.
Based off of like my walkthrough. So in the consultation, I'll go and I walk through the space, and then I grab measurements and I kind of like draw out the space, and then I put it into the computer system. But I have gone to a space where I've gone into execution and I start to put the stuff out and I'm just like, now that I'm in this, I don't like the way that this feels. I don't like the way that this looks. And so I'll, of course, address it with my client and tell them, like, hey, I have this situated. I don't like this couch here. Like, that happens often for me. Like, when doing projects, like, I'll be like, oh, yeah. But then once you're in it and you have a feel for it, and when it comes to design, I have like a perfectionist like mindset, like where everything has like, I won't leave the space until I feel like I would want to live in this. So, I'll be like, hey, I don't like this couch here no more. I need you to trust me on this. And then I'll like move it. And then almost every time they're like, oh yeah, this actually looks way better. But there have been situations where the floor plan that I originally created, didn't go as planned. Yeah, not often, but it's happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, see, things happen. So, what was your like biggest motivation to kind of navigating through that process?
My biggest motivation to like get into design or
Well, when you was in that process, like when you wanted to change your like original plan or how you originally seen it, like you said, that couch, don't fit no more. Like, what is your like motivation behind your almost your decision making?
I just don't like it. Like I treat each and every last one of my clients' spaces as if it is this something that I would want to live in? Is this something that is comfortable? Is this something that is functionable? And if I don't feel that way about the space or if I don't like it, I will change it because they 9 times out of 10, the clients are like, oh, this looks fine. That looks great. Like, they don't really know. But then once I make that adjustment, they like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand. I understand exactly what you were like, trying to say. But I don't like to create spaces for people that I wouldn't live in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Truly, yeah. Have you ever had a difficult client?
Oh yes.
Ooh, give
Yes,
me your
I have.
favorite one. Like, what was the situation?
Let's not say the worst one. Let's say the one that I learned my biggest lesson from.
I love that one.
Right? Because everybody is everybody. So I was fairly new into the design world. I was learning a lot. It was before I even had like other designers that I chose to like, seek out mentorship from. So I was like brand new, like just really trying to get my feet wet and stuff. So I went out to this lady's house. She had a beautiful house. It was a new house to them. And you know how you should say no? Well, sometimes you should say no to certain projects or to certain vibes or certain like clients that just don't, if it's off, it's off. So this lady had just moved in her home and, I guess, she had some other contractors working on another space in her home. And, she, was just like kind of flustered, like, oh, I'm just ready for them to be done. Like they've been here for months and like, da 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 da. So right then I should have been like, okay, maybe if I was as seasoned as I am now, then I would have been like, this might not be a good time for me to come in and to start working because she's already flustered with this other company that's not doing or serving her the way that she wants to be served.
Right.
And she's ready for everything to kind of just be done quick, fast, and like out of here because she wants to live in her space. And I'm going to tell you now, if you hire a designer, you need to be patient because things that are done quickly are not done properly.
One more time.
Things that are done quickly are not done properly, especially when you have someone who, at that time, I was newer. So, I was like, okay, like, me trying to just land the project thirsty, like, oh, I got it, no problem, this and the third. And I don't think that I did a bad job. Like, I was like really, really excited about this project. And so it was like, oh, let's start in here. And then it was like, oh, well, come look at the dining room. Oh, well, come look at this. And then look at what they doing up there. And she was complaining about their work. And when I went to the bathroom that she was having remodeled, I thought it looks absolutely gorgeous. But it was like little complaints about little things that I'm like, okay, well, they're not even done. It's not a finished product yet. So it's just like all of these red flags are like, girl, you might want to walk away from this. This might not be what you want to get yourself into.
Yeah.
And at this time, I did not have any contracts. My processes were not solid at this time. So there was no way for me to be like, okay, like, this is my guideline. Like, I wouldn't say I didn't have any processes, but the processes I had, I was not like, it was trial and error for me.
Right.
But as I have always been with all of my clients, even as a seasoned designer, like, I try to be as transparent with them about where I'm at, how I'm feeling about this project, or just in life, so they can have an understanding of me. I have an understanding of them. So I explained to her, like, yo, I'm new, I'm learning, this is on the third. And I think that she took advantage of that. Which
So you
sucks.
told her up front.
Yes, which sucks, because it's like, she was someone who owned businesses, or like was an entrepreneur to some degree. I'm not exactly sure what she did, but it's just like, you see this new entrepreneur coming in, and you see her, like, really trying to make a name for herself and building herself up. And the way that this particular client handled these situations I'm about to uncover,
Yeah.
I just feel like it could have been done in a better fashion, right? So I had spent timeless times. And at this time, I had created my little rendering. It was with one of my little older programs, but it did what it needed to do. I showed her exactly floor plan of where I plan on putting the couch and where I plan on doing this and the third. Whole entire time, this lady was like, "Oh my God, this looks so good. It looks so amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait till you're done." Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Oh, like, I'm hyped up. Like, I'm really excited." I get down to the very last day. Mind you, we had discussed colors, everything. She knew everything that I had got, because I ran it through, like, hey, I plan on getting this, and the third. These are the color schemes I'm going with. I was coming there to grab my photos. And as I walk in to take photos, she then decides, like, I'm done with the project, completely done, asked for approval. She said, yes, I love it. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, great. I'm going to come out and get photos the next day. So I come out, grab photo. I'm getting ready to grab photos. She was like, yeah, I think we should add another color. I think we should add emerald green to this space.
What was the color originally?
I believe it was like black, gold, and like creams, and it had like a really pretty yellow that was kind of goldish looking. It was a really gorgeous room. Like, it wasn't like a typical, like, black and gold, whatever. So I told her, I was just like, okay. I was like, I absolutely will, like, add emerald green if that's something that you want to do, but it will be at additional cost, because I have completed this project. I'm here to take photos, and like, now I'm going to have to circle back through who knows how many stores just to get the colors and the elements that you want in the space or whatever. So then here comes I'm not paying you another dime. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I don't think that it's fair for, me to complete a project, me to get your stamp of approval, and you to give me a closing agreement of, hey, this looks awesome. But then you want me to go backtrack, and do more work after we went through this whole process of like colors. This is what we're doing. This is where everything is going. And then at the last minute, once I closed out on this thing, I'm about to move on to my next project. And you're like, oh, well, I want to add this. Well, that's going to cost you additional money. So then it was a thing of, at that time, I didn't make people pay all of the money up front. I was like, oh, I'll take a half. And then once I'm done, I'm done. I completely stopped doing that because one, I don't play about my brand. I don't play about my work. Like, if someone's not satisfied with the actual work that's in the space, like, okay, yeah, I will do this and a third. But once you've given a stamp of approval, like, yo, I love this. This looks amazing. Like, I hear you on the phone with your friends telling them how amazing it is. And then the next day you're coming and you like, well, I want this. And actually, I don't even like, after I told her that it would be an additional fee, she's like, well, actually, I don't even like this. I don't like this. And I'm just like, wow. Like, and so I tried to customer service. I tried to diffuse the situation and try to like make it right. I even got to a point where I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll go get you exactly what you want. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, I would rather the space look amazing and for you to be happy than to have a conflict with someone. Like, that's not what I want. That's not the solution that I want for the situation.
Right.
She was like, I don't even want you in my house. And both like was going. I was like, all right. Like, all right. Well, you know what? You got it. I'm sorry that you feel this way, even though I've tried to, like, create a solution. But let's just close it out. Some things you just got to walk away from. Because had I decided to, like, stand there, go back and forth with this woman, like, how would that have made me look as a business owner? Like, sometimes you just got to kind of, like, bite the bullet and just be like, hey, that's your perception, and move on. But yeah, that was the time of a complicated situation. Gratefully, outside of that experience, I have not ran into too many other situations. Like, I literally love and really cherish all of my clients, like, and all the support and the things that they have given me along the way. And honestly, a lot of them become like family, or I've worked with them on different things. Like, a lot of the real estate girlies that I've worked with, I've worked in their homes before we worked together, like with real estate and me doing home staging for them. So, like, I literally, like, I love my clients, like, I build solid, I would think, relationships with them. So outside of that one experience, I think that overall I have had a pretty decent experience with design. And with that, it taught me how to put stuff in writing where you have to sign off like, hey, I agreed to this. This is what we're moving forward with as far as designs. Because once it's in writing, I'm not going to play this game with you, because I wind up not getting paid half of that money for that project. And yeah, I if I knew what I knew now, I probably would have took her to small claims, because you just running off based off of no grounds. So yeah.
Whew, I had to take a couple deep breaths, because it's like, I definitely been there, and like you said, the importance of contracts, and like, this is our agreement, our expectations, and like you said, if you want something additional, it's going to cost. And a lot of people try to take advantage of that, and especially, like you said, you're newer. I do want to touch more on that, but sometimes I look at these more experienced entrepreneurs, and they try to take advantage of certain things, or they would delay the contract purposely, and then you do it, and it's like, dang. But I'm all about, keeping my word, and I trust other people, they keep their word. So, okay, like you said, half up front, and then the other half once the job is complete. But then, there are ghosts, or, then it's like, dang, now I got to do small claims. I got to go through this process. It's time out of my day. I'm running the business. And it's just, it's like,
And I actually ran into another client of mine she's such a gem. She was so sweet, and I loved working with her. She had a beautiful home, and I was going out there to do one of the geometric walls for her. And I had told her about my policy, like, it's half up front, and then it's the second half, like, before I start, like, working. And she was just like, well, like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with that. And she's like, because, I mean, what if, like, you run off with my money, or, like, what I'm saying, and don't finish the work or whatnot. And I was like, I want you to trust me. And two, I understand how you feel. Like, what I'm saying? I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get started. I'm going to lay all of the groundwork. I'm not going to finish it all, but I'm going to just finish the groundwork. If you're not comfortable at that point, like, I think that you would be comfortable at that point to know I'm not going to run off on you. I was like, and then let's meet in the middle and let's make the payment there. Right. I was like, because what I don't want is to come into your space and you to feel like, first of all, you shouldn't have me in your space if you feel like I'm going to run off on you and stuff like that. But I understand when you are putting up these large amounts of money, it's just like, no, like, I want it, blah, blah. But I told her, I was like, I don't take lightly on my brand. Like, it's who I am. It's like, I need the pictures of this wall to go and market to do more stuff. I was like, girl, I'm not running nowhere. Like, I want it to look perfect. But I also understand from a perspective of, like, a client, because I've heard horror stories of them hiring on people or contractors and them just, like, dipping off on the work and not finishing it, which sucks. And it puts everybody in a bad position, right? Yeah. So it's just like, I think that I resolved that situation well, where we met in the middle, and she was just like, she was very, very happy and appreciative at the end. So It was great.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
stories like that. Oh, but sometimes it's not that easy, you
Mm-mm.
know. But I do want to touch on more of you first starting off. Like you
Mhm.
said, 2001. Do you have any fond memories of you being a beginner in the industry?
Oh man, yeah. In the beginning, I wasn't even aiming to do interior design. Well, hold on. Let's backtrack.
Ooh.
Technically, I was going to start Sujuans Decor back in hmm, what was that? 2015.
Oh, and what were you doing before 2015?
I was working at Cleveland Clinic,
Cleveland
and
Clinic.
yes,
Medical background.
yes.
Okay.
So I had left retail and I went to Cleveland Clinic, and I was there, and Cleveland Clinic wasn't paying what I wanted them to pay because I went from management to like a secretary at the desk, and it was just a pay cut. But at that time in my mind, which is actual factual, sometimes you gotta take a decrease order enough to make an increase in life and to get further, So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this pay cut because there are more opportunities of growth at Cleveland Clinic than there were at the company that I was working at prior to. So with that being said, in 2015, I was sitting there at my desk because I was bored. Because being a desk girl, your secretary, admin, any of those things, it's not for me. Like it's too
You got to be creative.
stationary, and at that time I didn't know exactly what a creative was, but I just knew that like I had big ideas. I had stuff I wanted to do, and they wasn't with it. Like I'm being creative, trying to create stuff in the office, and they like, why are you so happy at 7 o'clock in the morning? So yeah. But neither here nor there. I was sitting there, and one day I was like, "Oh, I really like making stuff look nice." And me and this girl, we were talking. She was a nurse, and she was just like, I bought all of this cute stuff, and like I just don't know what to do with it. And she was like, "Well, since you like making stuff look nice, like come over. Can you look at it and like maybe switch some stuff around or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, girl, come over." So I came over. We had little wine and crackers and stuff because we were like coworkers. We kicked it a little bit, and so I was like switching her stuff around or whatever, and it looks really cute. Like it came out amazing at that time of design and what it looked like. And so we went back to the office. She was telling everybody about how cute I made her house look with the things that she had and adding a few little other trinkets to it. But at that time I how do I say this? I lacked the confidence, the drive, the want to ask people or market myself or bet on myself, because I felt like marketing myself was almost like begging people to want to roll with your company or to allow you in their spaces to do these things.
When did that mindset shift for you in that aspect?
When I prayed to God to align me into my divine purpose. And sometimes like what you were created to do be right in front of you, and sometimes it appears earlier in life, but you're not ready for it. So I feel like, and not to get all churchy, but
do it.
I feel like sometimes like God to give you a little taste of what you supposed to be doing, but letting you know you're not ready for this, baby. You got a lot more work to do. You got to go sit down. You got to go through a couple more things before I allow you into these spaces to do these things. So like I was there, and I was like, I ain't about to go begging nobody, or talk, I'm not a boaster. I've always taught to be like, humble and don't be bragging about the things that you got. But to market yourself, you got to brag. You got to pop your shit. Like you got to talk about how amazing you are. And I'm like, I don't like this. Like I become really meek. Even now, like I've gotten better, but even now I kind of be like, oh hey, yeah.
I'm still like that.
Yeah. So but you gotta really you gotta step in there. You gotta be confident in it, and I wasn't at all. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not about to do this. This takes too much. I'm not about to be begging people, and then they oh, I don't know if I want nope. I was like, I'm done with it. So that was actual beginning of me being introduced to design world and what that means. Like I said, I've always designed stuff because even further back, my mother loves home decorate and that type of stuff. Like we used to go look at model homes. when like they would have open houses, we would go when there was stage, because staging back then was a thing. Like every house we went to was like stage. So yeah, that whole thing. But that's kind of where it started.
Wow, that is amazing.
Thanks.
Whoa, let's take a deep breath on that one. Wow. Incredible story and journey.
Thank you.
And I want to kind of touch back on, like you said, those marketing and, almost felt like you was begging. So, like, gaining those skills and wisdom, like, where did you learn that from?
The second time I got back into like decorating, one of my older sorority sisters, her name is Valen. Hey Valen, if you listen to this, her and her husband had just got married and they had purchased a new home, and so she had called me like, hey, you still decorate homes or like do this and third? And I was like, no girl, like I left that alone a long time ago, whatever. I was like, well, what's up, what you need? And she was just like, well, we just purchased a home. I'm interested in like having our master bedroom done, or getting started in our home. And so I was just like, oh, well, I'll come out there and look at it, like so I went out there, I looked at it. They gave me a little like a nice budget. Sorry, can you edit that out? But
organic.
But she had me come over, gave me a nice budget to like kind of decorate her master bedroom. So I decorated it, like put some stuff together quickly. And I was so excited. Like, I was like, oh, let me post this on Instagram. Like, I got to show people, like, oh, this looks so good. I posted it on Instagram. And literally, people, like, was like, oh, this is really, really nice. I love this. Yeah. Like, I really, really, like, you got to come do my home next or whatever. And I'm like, shoot, okay, because I had so much fun doing it. Like, and I was in that room for like hours and hours, like putting stuff together. But I really, really like enjoyed it or whatever. So then fast forward like a couple weeks later, one of my good friends, Brittany, her and her husband had a home. They wanted me to come out and to, revamp some stuff and add some things to what they had going on. I was like, okay, cool. Did that, posted that. Everybody was like, oh my God, like this looks so good. And so by the time August had hit, my sorority sister, Shalita, we call her the boss because she like literally be getting everybody together. And so she was like, you need to get an LLC. You working in these people's houses. You need to make sure that you are covered. Like, okay, what if something go wrong? This and third. And I was like, oh, like me, I'm just decorating. This is fun. Like, I'm not thinking about the business aspect. But again, the boss came in and was like, no, we got to regulate this. We got to get this together. So I'm like, okay. So she, set me up, helped me get my LLC and like, start. I was like, okay, well, if I got to have that, then I need to have a whole bunch of other stuff that like, like let me get some processes together. So I utilize my management skills, my admin skills to like kind of pull together and organize like something. So, and then once I did that, that's when that whole situation happened. Then I went out and I actually met with actual designers who have been in the field and done like a whole lot of amazing works. Like been on the cover of like HGTV magazine, on the cover of Forbes, like just doing showrooms. Like I'm talking about bomb designers. So once I got to like connect with them and talk to them and kind of tell them about my experiences and the things that I had, encountered while trying to do design and stuff like that, they were so supportive. Like to this day, I still talk to a lot of them. And they like gave me tips. They showed me like their contracts and what I need to do. Like just so helpful. Like not a crab in a bucket mentality whatsoever. And I was really grateful for that. So they were able to help me like really organize or whatever. But that's like kind of how I got into that.
Wow. Yeah. And you mentioned, utilizing your management and secretary skills are the skills that you learned from that. So how important is someone, they're at a 9-to-5, even working overtime or even multiple jobs, but they want to, step into that entrepreneurship. How important is, gaining those skills and knowledge while they're on the job to become an entrepreneur?
Ooh, it is so important. It's is critical. I think I had spoke to somebody else on another podcast about this. I had pulled up to a McDonald's one day after a long shift, and no, I shouldn't have been eating the McDonald's, but I was hungry.
Don't worry, I got stock in McDonald's, so thank you.
Right. So this young lady, I heard her like kind of not arguing, but like just talking back to her manager or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, "This ain't my job. This ain't my life. This your life." Like, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. So she was like, whatever. So she leaned over. She's like, "Ooh, your car is nice." Like, you know, like just giving me compliments. But she was such a sweet girl or whatever. And I kind of told her, I was just like, you know, I heard you. Like, you know, saying like, you know, this isn't your life or whatever. I was like, I got this car and the things that I have based off of the skills that I had. I was 14 working at McDonald's like you. Like, you know, that was my first job. And so a lot of those skills that you learn while working in the small jobs are skills that you literally will carry with you for the rest of your life. And I think that a lot of the younger generation, I sound like an auntie. But a lot of these younger kids, I think that they lack that what is it called? Like move with a purpose. How they used to tell you, like, move with a purpose. Let's get going. Let's get this stuff going. Like a lot of them are real like slow tracker, lackadaisy, or they don't have no urgency about them. But they are also a generation of work smarter, not harder. So I respect that. But I told her, I was like, some of these skills that you are learning right now that you don't even notice that you're going to need later on, you're going to need. I was like, so whether this is your forever job or this is just a part-time job to get you to where you want to go, I said, you should treat it and value it like it is your future. Because one day you're going to want somebody to take your business serious and to move it and love on it just as much as you do. So that karma can come back to you when you don't put that energy into other people's spaces to help them grow their things, right? So, that was a conversation. Yeah.
A little circle moment, even, you know, like you said, that was your first job, and actually to pour back into her, it's a full circle moment, you know?
Yeah.
You gave your give back, you know, like you gained skills while you were there, and now you giving back even to the younger generation, even knowing and sensing that they may lack these skills or may not want to learn or don't care about learning these skills or don't just care about life in general. Like even my daughter who just walked in, hey baby.
She is so adorable.
It's important, you know, that, like I say, us or our generation to properly teach. Maybe we're not teaching right or giving them what they need or the motivation they need to succeed. And I could even ask my daughter, is there chips on your face? Is there something that you feel like you want to learn that I'm not teaching you?
How to write about good at journals.
You write about your journal? Okay, so that means stay tuned to the next episode.
Right.
But yeah, it's important for us to continuously be those teachers, even if we don't want to sometimes, because this is the next generation. And, you know, they're always looking up to you and us. So,
yeah,
it's important.
Any opportunity that I have, if I see the opportunity to try to advise somebody so they don't make the same mistakes, or, you know, just try to guide them on things that, like, shoot, I know this now that it worked. Like, let me share this with somebody else or a younger person. So any opportunity I have to share those moments, I always try to. Yeah.
So how important is mentorship? I know you kind of mentioned that earlier, but how important is mentorship for a new entrepreneur?
Oh my goodness. I think it is so, so, so important. Not even just mentorship, but just having other friends that are entrepreneurs. They understand what you're experiencing more. Versus like your friends that work a 9-to-5 and they making great money and they good with that. Being an entrepreneur, it's a different beast. Like it's a spiritual journey of like faith, because you're going to go through peaks and you're going to go through a lot of valleys. And sometimes you be like, why am I doing this? So having mentors who have probably experienced or been through those spaces that you're experiencing, it's always good, because they can help you or speak to the moment that you are in and give you that courage or motivation to pull yourself out of those valleys that you hit, like those peaks where you like, dang, I just want to give up. But then you see somebody else that's doing something that you want to do, or somebody who has a successful business, and you like, if they could do it, why can't I? Like, in why can't that be me? Like, if I just push myself a little bit harder, if I just try a little bit more, like, why can't that be me? Like, and I have to, that is something, like, currently I'm telling myself, like, I'd call, like, when I go through my little flat lines, I'll be calling, hey, can we hop on a call? Let's talk. Let's, you know, I need to get some advice or whatever the case may be, because it's like, yeah, I'm in that space and I need to talk to people that's making waves, that's doing stuff. Like, I need that, rub that juju on me. Like, let me get motivated from what you got going on. Just so I could stay encouraged. It's very important to have other like-minded people in your circle, because if you have people that are doing not the same things or less than what you are doing, it's hard to grow in those spaces.
That is absolutely true. And even less than 24 hours, you know, we saw each other run into each other.
Yeah.
You know, like not even knowing. So that's, you know, like you said, being in the right rooms and circles and having those right relationships. Like, even, okay, happy birthday to Natasha Herbert.
Yes.
I call her legend.
She is.
That's legend. Like you said, you know, with expertise or somewhere I want to be at. Like, yeah, because she even mentioned it last night. I'm not just a wedding photographer, but she's known, you know, magazine published, award-winning photographer. And I've been following her before I knew her. Back when I was doing music, and to hear about her and the work that she's doing, even the community work. I think she was in like a certain neighborhood and going house to house and photographing them. I'm like, wow, this is a great project. It was all over the news and stuff.
Wow.
I'm like, who is this? So I saw her very young, before I even started photography and video production. So to even meet her now and speak with her, and she gave me some great words last night. I'm like, wow. She basically just said,
she's just an all-around dope person.
Genuine.
She has what is it? She has like connected me with people that have really been like powerhouses and lights to me, as well as her, because she's very successful.
Yes.
So it's always, like I said, to have people that are around you or that you know that you can call and speak to about certain things to help you get through that journey until you get to a point where you want to be. And then also sometimes the student becomes a teacher, just depending on where you go in life. So you never know. So yeah.
I mean, even to speak to that, I have 2 people on a wedding I'm doing later this month. It's June, for those that's listening in. And I'm basically training them, and I trust them enough and feel like they're good enough to bring them in on this wedding. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring them in. You know, I'm teaching them. They still ask me questions. I'm like, look, this next project, I want you to do it like you're the only one there, to practice during the wedding, because when I'm in my mode and stuff, I'm not going to be able to teach you while we're there. So
yeah,
you have to think on your own, just instilling those confidence, because I've seen their work. Otherwise, I wouldn't constantly be working on if they're not improving or feel compelled to improve. So I think it's big to pour back into whoever come to you, even if they're older and they just like, look, I've been at this for years, but you really have it going on. Teach me. I know stuff are advanced in technology, advanced in AI is coming out. Teach me. Like you said, this younger generation.
Ooh, they smart. They're very smart when it comes to technology and like that whole like work smarter, not harder. Man, like I be sitting there like, now I feel like one of the old ladies trying to learn how to work a computer. Like, well, not how you do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be left behind, because I know that is the new wave, and like
I already feel myself trying to keep up and catch up with all of the things. Even with like Instagram and creating these reels, I be sitting there mad, like, I don't want to do this. But it's you gotta be involved, especially being an entrepreneur, when that's your way of marketing now. Like creating these videos, getting in front of the camera, like.
Yeah, sure. And I know we had conversations about that. See, friends can become clients, and vice
Yes.
versa, and we refer each other. And yeah, I mean, I'm still offers still there. I'm definitely willing to help in that aspect. So
Yes. Yes.
I'm actually getting
Very.
better posting. I create all the content, record all the content, photograph, document all the content. I have a lot of content, even for myself,
Mhm.
but it's just the posting sometimes. So even I just got back on Instagram
Mhm.
because I've been so busy. But even posting, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to start with once a day. I know I said this before, but let me actually do it. So I did 2 yesterday, one today. I'm probably gonna post Natasha's kind of
Mhm.
recap that I put together. So that'll be 2. So I'm even kind of ahead of what I even said. Just start with one a day. I'm
Mhm.
doing 2 right now at this rate. So
Okay.
even excelling on your goals and expectations of yourself, that's the only way you get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but I said
Yeah.
it. Somebody gonna hear it.
Right.
Oh, but I do have some questions I did, wrote down for
Okay.
you or jotted down. I do want to touch those. I'm gonna pull up my notes. And by the way, it's not on paper, so you don't hear the crumbles. This is digital. Let me turn my low battery mode off so it don't cut off on me. Okay, so how was the design landscape from you when you first started designing versus the world of design now?
Ooh. Um. I would say when I first started, let's take it back to 2015,
Okay.
right? When I started doing that stuff, like everything was real. I don't know if you know about like the whole Z Gallery
The
era.
Zoo Gallery?
Z Gallery.
Z Gallery.
So like that was the beginning of abstract, at least for me, where I noticed it. Z Gallery came out with these beautiful like big canvases, and it's just like a splatter, and it's got like sprinkles and like different kind of colors, and it was like, oh my god, this is absolutely gorgeous, and it gave this luxury feel, and then you added a whole bunch of crystally things. So that was when I really like kind of fell in love with like design for real. For I was like, oh my god, I need to do this, whatever. From all of the blingage that was seen in the decor, the pillows, the pictures, and all of the things to now, um, we went through a whole phase of like the minimalist and like the unique earthy shapes and that type of stuff. And now we went through even more recently the black phase where everything is black, accents of black, accent walls, the rails on the stairs is black. I'm so tired of black. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
no, this is like the this keep the sound out, right?
Yeah, right,
No, this
right.
is different.
Okay.
But like I am so tired of using black. But I know that's the thing. I know that's the trend. I know that's what y'all want to do. But
you
my
wear
God,
black and gold.
you know what? Mind your business.
I mean, my outfit is black because with photography, you don't want to
Yeah.
reflect light, so you have
Yeah.
to wear darker colors, mainly black. So,
Yeah, I just I was happy we wasn't gonna be on camera, so I was like, let me just
Okay.
throw on my little t-shirt and come on with it.
I think it's a visual media type of thing.
Black is
because-
always clean. Black is always elegant. Black is always like sharp. So
Talk
you
about
can't
it.
go wrong with black.
Talk about it.
But I'm tired. Every home that I go into is just black everywhere, and it's just like, okay, how much gloom and doom? Like this is becoming like black and white. Like I feel like I'm at a tuxedo and bridal shop every day. Like so, I'm just tired of it. I would love to see like, can we get some browns? I don't even want to see gray no more because we went through a whole phase of like gray. The walls was gray. I don't know. Realtors and home flippers, y'all know agreeable gray or
Yeah.
that, and then them ash gray floors that everybody was doing. I am tired of seeing that too.
Right.
So yeah, I don't even know where the conversation was, but I
You're
just
flowing.
yeah.
You're flowing. So even as you say that, just thinking about that, what colors would you want to see? Like, because even using that as a marketing piece, like,
Mhm.
okay, let's break away from the black and the gray. Let's have a colorful home today, or something in a sense like you could use that as a marketing piece. But like, what colors would you see, or do you have like almost like you said, you create your designs and set it up how you want it, in your head
Mm-hmm.
and you make it come to life,
Mm-hmm.
is there certain colors that you gravitate to?
Right now, I am obsessed with warm colors, but not the warm colors that have that yellow tone to it, that give that like,
Sunny.
yeah, like too warm. I like the earthy colors, but it has like a coolness to it. So I'm obsessed with these cabinets. They're like a brown color because everybody was doing the white. There's another trend. White cabinets in every house.
Yes.
Please do something else, please. So I actually just staged a home and they did brown counter or cabinets and stuff, and I was like, thank you, God. I get to finally see what I've been wanting to do and get to decorate in this space. So I love a nice brown that or wood like look that has like a coolness element to it versus like the yellowy wood that you saw back in like '06, '07, like when they were building homes then.
Right.
I love to see texture and patterns with wallpaper. Like wallpaper is so beautiful and it adds so much character to a home. I even like a lot of the toweling and like how they sometimes will put it in a herringbone fashion, which is if how do I make that sound simple? A herringbone is like that triangle look where they like kind of overlap. It's like that type of pattern.
Okay.
Or
it's more like herringbone.
no, this is like a hexagon, a honeycomb type of look.
Okay, so
Yeah.
more actual.
It's like so you would look at like a regular block like this. Y'all can't see it, sorry. But you would do like a regular piece of like tile and you would connect them in a triangle. But instead of connecting it at a triangle, one would kind of
So much like
overlap a little bit.
Pattern of it.
Yes. So you
Okay.
create like a pattern with
That's
it.
where I was kind of getting at with that intersection, the pattern. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah. What else do I love right now?
And to see the visual, you gotta hit Miss India up.
Yes,
For
follow my
yourself.
page.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start being on there, guys. I promise. I'm gonna start putting more stuff up.
I'm gonna text her.
Yeah,
like,
because
did you-
he don't be like, I ain't seen no post. I'm like, oh, okay.
Maybe we can keep each other accountable.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, when I get busy or like when I'm like not busy, I finally get a break. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is go on social media. Like I just
Yeah, that's how I am.
yeah, I just be like, I need a little breathing space. I need a little bit of a time out so that I can regroup, connect, get inspired again, and then get back on there. So that's all that is. I love y'all. I just need a
I
break.
mean, put it same for me. I could totally relate 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Even from when I was doing music and poetry to now, you know, even having a company, it's like, it feel like another job or another, task. But like you mentioned before, I'm a perfectionist, so it's like I'm not just about to half-ass. Oops, my first time cussing on the podcast. That's how passionate I am.
It's me. I'm a potty mouth, so maybe it's me.
No, it's trust me. That's how passionate I am about it. Being a perfectionist, because I don't like half doing a job and putting it out there, even from the captions. Like I may have the content all edited and ready to go, but then like, I gotta write something. Okay, and I put thought into what I say, and especially as it's long lasting, it's a footprint on the internet. It's gonna last forever. People could look back at that, and even as I grow, still I want somebody to look back, like even in the younger years of the brand, it was still like concise, to the point, professional. So I'm very strategic, and like I said, being a perfectionist has always been in my heart as I do art on all mediums, even translating that to cooking or playing basketball. It's like just be the best that you can be. Like you can be perfect. People say perfection is not real, but in my sense, yes, there's perfect, because I've done it and I've been there and experienced it and seen other people. Like there's nothing bad that you could say or whatever. Everything's perfect. So I know perfect and perfection is real, but it's like, okay, if I don't get to perfect, but at least we're striving for that, or try to be the best version that we could be, or be closest to perfect as we can. And another thing that kind of forced me out of that is just like, you just got to do it. You know, you can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just got to do it. You know.
Yeah, it's the just do it part though.
Yeah, you know. It's that lovely balance that I'm coming accustomed to. Like I just got to do it. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
If I don't do it, it may not ever get done.
Yeah. So it's been a time where I'll have an idea and I'll be like, oh, I should do that. That'd be dope. And then I don't do it. And then like a couple months later, I'll see somebody else do it and they be going by. I'm like, oh, I should have just did it. I'll be so like sick. And this happened to me a few times. And I always had this thing where like, I feel like God be like trying to show me stuff. Like, you had this idea. It could have been yours. Right. But you kept sitting on it and being lazy and not doing what you need to do. So your blessing was given to somebody else. So I be trying to like, when I get these ideas, I'm like, come on, India. Like, do it. Just do it.
You have to.
Yeah. Yep.
Even I started this last year. It's like, I'm going to do something. I'm like, I'm going to start this podcast. No, I'm going to do it right now. Like, record the first episode. And I did that one. I test myself. Yeah. So it's like, that's why I'm still here to this day. It's like, I started now. I got to keep it going. Yeah. Like, this is supposed to be just a solo podcast, me going over business and, you know, shedding business tips. But I'm like, I do got a big network. Let me practice my communication skills, my conversation skills, journalist skills. Yeah. And interview my network, you know, people that I know, people that I ran into, met. So.
And then sometimes just by holding conversations with people, it'll help you or trigger or spark a thing of you like, oh, we talked about this, or dang, that made me think about this. And that's more content that you have created that you can go and talk about after the fact of the matter. That's so, true. Yeah. Yes, it's good to talk to other people sometimes.
Yeah, but when you're in that moment and you have that thought, you just got to do it. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Get it done. That's my thing. If I could do it and it doesn't take that long, I got to do it in this moment. Just get it done. Oh, I told my daughter I was going to make her something to eat. Just stop what we're doing. All right, give me 2 seconds. Make her something to eat. Not let 30 minutes, an hour go past. And then she's, you know, more fussier than she was. Like, no, just get it done. Or, oh, I'm about to write this book. And I told myself when I was younger, I was 16 at the time, but I wrote it at 17. I said, I'm going to buy myself a laptop. And when I buy myself a laptop, I'm going to write a book. So when I bought that laptop, I already had the manuscript written. I started typing it up. Had my book. So.
That's awesome.
You just have to take action. And as I mentioned before, success loves speed, you know. If you wait too long on that thought, it's going to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely.
You ain't the only creative person, child. Everybody thinking about different ways and certain stuff. So, yeah.
And I know a lot of people, they compare Michael Jackson and Prince, the two legends. And I don't know whose song was it first, but somebody slept on the song or the idea and the other artists did it. Like, that really happens. You know, creativity don't stop.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's several songs that have been made for a certain artist, and then another artist to pass it up, and then that's that one artist that come along, and that's they breakout song, and another artist probably like, oh, I should have just. But you know what? It's somebody's trash, somebody else's golden ticket into where they want to go. So you know,
almost like Walt Disney finding a golden ticket.
Yeah.
You gotta take it. All right.
Hi, this is Farnoosh Torabi from So Money with Farnoosh Torabi, and today I want to talk to you about Boost Mobile. Quick money tip: stop paying a carrier tax. If your phone bill feels trapped in a pricey plan, this is your sign to unlock savings. Boost Mobile helps you reset your spending with the $25 unlimited forever plan. You can bring your own phone, pay $25, and get unlimited wireless forever. And that simple switch can unlock up to $600 in savings a year. That's money you could put towards paying down debt, investing, or something that actually brings you joy. Those savings are based on average annual single-line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
If your eyes are the windows to your soul and your glasses are the windows to your eyes, then it's pretty important to find your perfect frames. That's why at Warby Parker, we've made shopping for eyewear as easy and fun as can be. Peruse endless styles in our stores, or use our app to virtually try on frames and get personalized recommendations. To find your next favorite pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to locate your nearest Warby Parker store, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
And I know we kind of spoke on trends earlier, but how do you stay updated on the latest trends?
So, I know in one of my other interviews that I've done, I was like, oh, I don't really look at other designers, which I don't. But to clear that up, I do look at other designers, especially designers that are at a higher, level than I am, that are doing the things that I aspire to do.
Right.
So I do take a look. Like I don't like be sitting there like, oh, she posted this. Oh, I love this. Like I'm not, or
Studying,
he did this. Like
yeah.
I'm not studying other designers. Like I'll look, take a glance, and I'm like, oh, that looks dope. And then I go back into what is India like, because I feel like I'll get overly inspired
Yeah.
by somebody else, and then I feel like I start creating work that looks like somebody else's stuff versus my own. But I go on Pinterest, and I love Pinterest. I live on Pinterest, and that's other people's work. Like it probably is other designers that I just don't know of. So everybody's going to be watching somebody's stuff. Everybody's going to be looking at some other stuff. But I kind of go and get a lot of my inspiration, because if I have an idea in my brain and I type it into Pinterest or into Google, I can pull up exactly what I'm thinking of sometimes, or sometimes nobody's done it yet. And I'm like, oh, crap. Now I got to try to make what I got in my brain make sense to somebody else or whatever. So, Pinterest, I look at other designers. I am inspired just by art and nature and things that are around me. So I can go into a store and I can see a pillow and I'm like, oh, that pillow's dope. And then from that one pillow, I'll be like, that would look good with a throw like this. And then, if you added in this color to it, that would be really, really cool. So, prime example, a house that I just staged not too long ago. Mind you, this is a staging project. Most staging projects are neutrals. That's boring. So I add color. And they be like, well, you want to be able to use it over and over again. I'll be able to use these pieces over and over again. I create different color palettes all the time like this. So I saw this dope orange pillow, and the color scheme of the home was black, white, and gold. And so I was like, I can't do neutrals. I cannot do it. I got to add some color. So I saw this bright orange, amberish color pillow. Ooh. And I was like, oh, I like that. And then so I was shopping around more. I picked up the pillow. I was like, I like that. Shopping around some more. Then I saw this, it was like a marble green and like cream type of like decorative bowl or whatever. And I was like, yo, that's dope. I love this. So I saw that. I was like, oh, that is so cute. So I'm looking at this pillow and I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, this like a carrot. How am I going to make this make sense? Yeah. I was like, I don't care how I'm going to make it make sense. I'm about to get both of these and we're going to figure out who wins for the design. So I go home and like, I'm just staring at the pieces and I'm like, I was like, I want to find a pillow that's going to make this make sense. I went to another store. What store did I go to? I can't remember. But I found a pillow, like one of the little covers or whatever. And it was like this dope, like tribal green looking pillow. And it had black and white in it. And I was like, for some reason, I think that cover is going to look dope against this orange pillow. And so I took it home. I put it against I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. And then from there, I just started going through my inventory and I'm like styling up this room. And I'm getting excited. I'm hyped. Well, whenever I have a good idea and I love it, I start taking pictures. I started sending it to the realtor like, girl, look at this. What you think about this? And she was like, I'm getting her all hyped up because, she about to make money off this house. Yeah. So, I get inspiration from any and all things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that, like you said, you explored at this store or seen something that's like, and kind of consulted or talked with the client to maybe raise their budget to fit that new thing in, a new piece?
Yeah.
What's that process like?
So when I do consultations with my people, I always tell them, like, I don't even give them an estimate or a budget, because they're like, how much you think this gonna cost? That's because everybody worried about how much it's gonna cost, because it's like, how much you cost, how much all this stuff gonna cost, like they want to know the cost. And I'm like, I honestly do not want to tell you a number and then you get glued to this number and we ain't close to this number.
Right.
So I do my rendering, where at least I have a mapping and an idea of the things that I want to do. And then I will collectively write out a budget based off of the items that are in the rendering and how much estimately this will cost, like a price bracket of it. And so that's where I get my estimates from.
Let's give a example number.
For per room, I would say, okay, so depending on the space, if you have your own furniture, if it's furniture that I will be willing to or wanting to work around,
right,
that's a big thing. I definitely always try to work around the client stuff, because I want to save you money. Right. So if I could work around it or make magic out of what you already have, then I'm gonna do it. Sometimes I'll be like, I can't work with this. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
Right.
So I will gently tell them, I really think that you need to make an investment. How much are you willing to invest in a space that you live in all the time? This is your day-to-day life. This is something that you have to come in and look at. And I tell people all the time, because sometimes I'll be like, dang, that's expensive. Or why this? I'm like, I was like, when you go shopping for stuff, you normally probably get one or two little trinkets, and it'd be like, oh, $9.99, $15.99, oh, $30 or $50 or $100. It doesn't seem that expensive. Right. But then when you add all of these little trinket things up, and you got to fill up this whole entire room with all of these things, yeah, babe, it's gonna cost you some money. If you have furniture already, that's a blessing. That can save you, but you still might wind up spending around. Shoot. It honestly, it just depends. It depends on how big the room is. I can't even give a generic quote of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I say prepare to spend some money. Be looking at about 5, 7. I've had clients that have gotten up to tens and 20s of thousands of dollars, just depending on what's your quality of taste. What do you like? What do you want to invest in? How much do you want to invest into your space? And that's why I try not to be like, well, how much money, it's because it's not necessarily about money. It's an investment. It's an investment in the space, an investment where you have to be in this space. How do you want to feel in this space? How much are you willing to, how much does that mean to you? How much does that, if you want to come home and you want to come home to chaos, or do you want to come home to something that gives you peace after going out into this world and dealing with chaos? So it's make an investment. Ladies, y'all make investments in the weaves. Me too. Y'all make investments in getting your nails done. Right. You make investments on getting that nice car, or having somebody to come in. I don't know. Build something for you in your house. Design is not just fluffing a couple of pillows. It's literally creating a mood, a vibe in your space while making colors make sense for your mental health. So that's why I always tell people to shop around for your right designer, because sometimes my style might not be your style. Mm-hmm. Even though I am very versed when it comes to styles, but somebody else might be a better fit or a better look for your vibe. Go with your vibe. Go with how you vibe with your designer. Yeah. But it's all an investment. It's an investment of how you want to feel in this certain space. In your room, do you want it to be moody? Do you want it to be light and airy? Do you want to feel like you're waking up in freaking heaven, with all light nudes and stuff like that? Or do you want to feel like, oh, this is a vibe, I'm edgy? This, how do you want to feel? Because sometimes, what you wake up into will set the tone of what kind of character you're going to come out of that house being. You want to be a main character, or you want to be the one that's the one that turned into a supervillain because you depressed and sad and mad at the world, So I try to put it in that way. when people have questions about like the financial aspect and how much does this cost and blah blah. Like people invest in what they want to invest in.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a home run. I'm gonna kind of let that breathe a little bit, like a hot performance, and you about to get off the stage. You gotta let the mic breathe a little bit. Like, wow, that's very, very real and inspiring.
Yeah. I just I really want people to get excited about your homes. Like, yeah, it's gonna cost you money, but you gotta understand how many years, how many seasons you gonna be able to keep that. Like your hair is gonna last you maybe a year if you got a good, vendor that you get your stuff from. But like, and y'all be paying thousands of dollars, okay, hundreds and thousands for hair and braids and makeup and all of that stuff. Like, you about to live in this house, invest in it. What did you spend all this money for if you're not gonna make it your sanctuary when you come home? And if you can't do it, hire somebody that can help you create a space that you want. So that's where I come in. I literally love helping people get their homes to look like what they want to look like. And like, I sometimes have these very like bonding moments sometimes when I go and I sit and I talk to a client. Like, they kind of tell me a little, like, I always ask them, like, tell me about you. Tell me about your life. Tell me about what you're experiencing right now in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like counseling. Like, when you go to see your hairdresser or your nail tech and you sit down like, girl, let me tell you, I got all of this going on. Like, your designer is your girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to lay it on them. Let me know what you got going on. So how can I make this space feel amazing to what you're going through? Or whether good or bad, like, how can we keep this momentum? Or how can we raise the vibrations of what you're feeling? Like, having this space done, it will make you feel good walking into it all the time. So, yeah.
I kind of want to curious about like your sanctuary, your home. How often do you change it up as a designer?
Well, I gotta be honest with you, friend. I currently live with my parents. But I did that for a reason. It was a very smart financial move for me, and then I made a dumb financial move. But we're gonna get into it. So I moved back with my parents to pay off all of my student loans, because student loans have been a pain, a thorn in my hindsight since I graduated, and it was just they was coming left and right, and they was trying to take me out of here, and it was messing up my life. So I took time, moved back with my parents, and I saved up money quick, especially because of the pandemic. That helped because I wasn't outside, I wasn't spending money, like I was just stacking it.
Yeah.
And I, paid off my stuff. Thank goodness. So I was staying with my parents, and I was like, oh, I got that done quick. And that was a lot of money that I racked up, like a lot. So then I was like, well, what else can I do? So then that's when I opened up the event space.
Aww.
Bad investment for me, because it was never supposed to be necessarily like an event space. It was supposed to be a design studio, but it was like oversized for what I was trying to do. And then a lot of unfortunate events happened in my personal life. So it was just like, it just didn't do what it needs to do. But I learned more than I've ever learned in my life about entrepreneurship. I've connected with some of the most amazing people that I've ever connected with just by having that space. So a blessing, but a bigger lesson.
Wow.
So India will be purchasing her first home very soon. I am now starting to look and educate myself on getting my first space, whether that's an investment property or, whatever. Because I'm like, I ain't got no kids. I don't I could be at home. I'm not bugging nobody. I'm in my box and I'm going working most of the time. So, but I will be making my first purchase of my home really soon. So I'm excited about that.
Congrats. I mean, congrats on the space as well. I know it's, like you said, it's unfortunate, but still jumping out there and doing it. A lot of people are afraid to even take that jump or that risk or that leap. So for you to do that, that's a testament and also an investment for your future self. Now you've seen and experienced those things. Now you know what to look for or what you don't want.
Yes. So. And I have gained a lot of education and knowledge about owning a commercial space. because it's not like owning a house or an apartment. Them bills is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew, but that comes from, not having a mentor in that space.
I love
If
it.
I had a mentor or I had been around other entrepreneurs that were like doing the things that I was doing, I probably would have thought about it or maybe gained more of an audience with the event world before jumping into this space. Like I built a name for myself. Like I think that I did fairly great for what the little time that I did, but
Right.
excuse me again. I also I don't really care for the I don't care for the event world. I just really love homes. Homes are where it's at for me. So yeah.
I wish we would have met sooner. Like you
Yeah.
said, the event world. That is where I rang. I could even say I'm an event planner to an extent. As I consult and have these discovery calls on the phone. I'm like helping them plan their whole event. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
I hear
I
that a
gotta
lot.
get back to work.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but I love that. Even like last night,
Mhm.
I people don't know I was in the kitchen.
Were you?
Yeah, I guess it was something with the punch. I'm like, oh, dang, the punch ain't coming out. Let's get a spoon and kind of stir it, mix it up. It just
Yeah.
wasn't
So
coming
you
out.
stepped in, all right?
So they're like, "Can you carry this one?" I know it was on turn to work, and I'm like, but I don't mind that. I
Yeah.
actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you working for this punch?"
Yeah.
Technically, yeah,
We
but I'm
want stuff
helping.
to turn out right.
But I'm
Yeah.
helping. I know there's other people waiting, and like I know who it's for.
Yeah.
Giving that good energy towards this
Yeah.
celebration.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
look at it as work or a burden. Like, shoot, let's get this punch going. We got
Yeah.
people outside waiting. Shoot, what you need me to do? Grab an apron, chop up some whatever I need to
Listen,
do.
yeah. I will say when I did host events at my building and I'm like, yo, what y'all need? You good? You need some waters? Here's some water, da da da.
Yeah.
They're like, I hear them like, oh, we ran out of champagne. I'll go to the store. Y'all keep on doing what you do. I got you. I'm going to the store grabbing the champagne. Well, we ran out of plate. I got you. I need ice. I got you. Like because everybody, like people's things mean so much to me. Like whether it's a special day, whether it's your home, like I just be trying to really make sure that people are happy with the investments that they make. So I will always go above and beyond just to be like, oh, let me help you. How can I, I guess that's just who I've grown to be. I wouldn't say that I've always been that way.
Personality.
Yeah.
For the young folks or young entrepreneurs, that's called customer service.
Yes.
You have to take lead on that. Going back to your younger days, when did you first hear about entrepreneurship?
When did I first hear about entrepreneurship? I had to be about 16, 17 years old in high school. And I was informed that my cousin James was opening up his first McDonald's franchise out in Indianapolis. And the whole family, like, rallied up in vans and cars, and we drove out hours at that time. I was like, oh my God, I'm in this car forever. But like we all rallied up and we went out there and he did the ribbon cut and the ceremony. And like, I just remember being a kid and being like, yo, this guy has his own freaking McDonald's. Like, what? I worked at that place like a couple years ago, right? And I see how much money I'm putting in the register, serving up, and all of the things. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And he already was an engineer. So this particular family member is very, very well off, has always like just been successful, very successful Black man with a beautiful family, like always just done the thing. So like that was one, I think, of the pivotal moments that I was unconscious was a humongous thing for me. Actually, I didn't even remember that until you just asked me this question.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah, like I just thought about that. I was like, who was the first? And it was my cousin James.
So kind of touching on that, I know you say you don't have kids in this moment,
Mm-hmm.
but you have younger cousins, nieces, nephews, maybe. Well, I'm
I
sure
got
down
12
the
nieces and
line.
nephews.
Okay, so you do. So how important is impact? Like, okay, like you shifting and closing the event space, but still keeping your business alive. But waking up each day, creating an impact, even motivation, showing an example. How important is that for you and your loved ones?
Oh, it's absolutely important. Anytime that I have my nieces and my nephews, I am pulling them with me to go on, whether it's me going to stage a house, whether it's me moving stuff in and out of the house, whether it's them coming up to the building and then like doing mopping, cleaning off chairs, getting some stuff done. Like, I always try to walk them through and tell them like, yo, you can do anything you want to do. Like, you literally can put your mind, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything that you want to do, and never set a limitation for yourself, and don't let other people like push their fears onto you. You literally can do anything that you want to do. I always tell them like, I never in my life thought I would own like a event space. Like, you could have told me that 5 years prior to, like, that would have been a chapter of my life. So, or just having a successful interior design company. You couldn't have told me that was going to be a portion of my life. I thought I was going to be at Cleveland Clinic, hopefully working my way to the top, like in the office somewhere. But that wasn't my portion. God had other plans. So with the kids, I like to keep them involved or bring them on those journeys so they can see hands on, like, yo, you literally can do anything that you want to do. Or like, if I have them around, like, I'll bring them around my sorority sisters, or like my nephews. I would love to get them around some of like my frat brothers and stuff like that, just to put them around people that are successful, that are doing things, just to put them into rooms of different types of people outside of like, oh yeah, to be successful, you got to be a doctor or a lawyer, or even though those jobs are amazing, those are not the only ways to be successful. So yeah, them kids, they know. And even in the summertime when they come and stay, ain't no just we gonna play and this and third, we gonna get up, we gonna have our chores, we gonna have some structure, and then we gonna learn about some stuff, and then you get to go and play. You have to earn playtime. This is not just summertime where you just throwing your life away, wasting time. Like, we about to be learning stuff, even if it's like going out into nature and learning something new. Like, I make sure that I keep them involved in things. I'm a very hands-on auntie, okay? Them is my kids.
Thank you. We need more examples like that. That is powerful. Like, even to the people under me, nieces, nephews, and daughters. And it's powerful. Even having my daughter here, like, I'm like, well, got another podcast, so, got to get to it. And even bringing her to even some of the Pull-Up Experience podcasts. Shout out, you was a guest on the Pull-Up
Experience
as well.
Yes, I was.
Even I want live shoots, and but I always make sure that I'm able to bring her before. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have my daughter. Is that okay? Like, oh, yeah, that's fine. It'd be beautiful, and she even have cameras that she used.
I love it.
They'd be like, oh, she's so adorable. You gives.
Yeah, she was in here with the camera. I was like, what is she doing? But she's mocking her dad. I love that. So that really shows that you're making such a positive, you're a positive influence in her life. Like, she admires you. She admires what you do. If that ain't motivation within itself, like, for you to keep doing what you're doing, because she's literally watching you.
Literally.
Yeah. So that's dope.
Yeah, she'd be like, I'm a photographer. I'm like, you haven't worked in 3 months. I'll be like, you want to use the camera today? No. All of a sudden, you could take the time.
Yeah, that's so cute.
It's cool though. Like, she understands it more, and she kind of teaches my younger nephew, who's a year and a half younger than her, and she's like, well, he does this and this and this and that, so she kind of coaches him. Like,
I love it.
I see you.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not just holding this information, I'm also sharing it and passing on this information so that other people can learn. That's a great sign, honestly.
Even like we talked about investing, like, okay, I could buy you these new shoes now, or if you keep the ones you have, I know, we don't have to buy the ones you want. We could buy something else, and we could put that money towards stock, so you own part of the company.
Yeah.
So every time somebody buys a shoe of this brand, you getting paid.
You getting a piece of that. Yeah.
So even teaching them that aspect, the power of investing. Like,
Mhm.
not always want and try to have everything right now, but think
Yeah.
about long
Longevity.
term.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's great that you know, bring your nieces and nephews with you
Mhm.
and kind of showing them the
Yeah.
process.
I think that the reason why I'm the auntie that I am now and future parent, okay, because I'm speaking into existence. But I think that the reason why I am the way that I am is because I had a cousin who was she was, oh, you know how you have your older cousins, they like aunties to you, but they older, they technically your cousins.
Yeah.
But so I had a cousin, her name was Sherry, and Sherry was like Superwoman to me. Like, she was involved in every program you could think of.
Wow.
She was doing all kinds of stuff with like Cleveland Clinic, the American Heart Society. She was an accountant. Like, she had it going on. Like, I used to be like, oh, I want to be Sherry so bad. She was just such a dope person. And she used to come and get me. We would go and get ice cream. She would bring me to, like, you know, her little events and stuff like that she was involved in. And also when I turned of age, like when I was, I think 16 years old, I came and I was like a secretary to her at her accounting firm. So it was just like, she was just so dope, and she exposed me to so many different things. So it was just so many different pieces that helped me to become the entrepreneur and just the person that I am right now. Like, so she inspired me to be the type of aunt that shows up in that fashion to these kids because they need it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost amazing to hear, and it kind of.
There's one place for the newest drops in wellness and performance, and the biggest sale of the year. It's The Drop by GNC, curating the best of what's new, handpicked by the pros who know what works. And right now, get it all, buy one, get one 50% off during the semi-annual Live Well sale. From crushing workouts to leveling up your nutrition and everything in between, get the best deals on the latest innovations. All the newness is all on sale right now during the Live Well sale on The Drop by GNC.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com/comfort. Tommy John, comfort perfected.
You know, makes me wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're almost like hyper focused, so it's like you had to learn these things, and now you're like knowing the path you want to, and you know more about business and how to navigate. So in a sense, like, you have this focus, almost tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how do you block out distractions?
Block. Block and delete. Go ahead about your business. I think that once God showed me who I was and the things that I could have if I really apply myself, I stopped allowing nonsense into my world. Whether that's nonsense of like friends or different relationships or just people that you have around you, whether that's coworkers that try to make you feel like crap or, you know, running into bad clients or whatever. Like, I really think that I just kind of leave people where they at. Like, either you're gonna come with me and you're gonna be an asset to my world and we're gonna pour into one another, pick each other up. But all of that drama, the nonsense, I let that go a long time ago. Like, I really have. India today is not the India she was before. Okay, let's just say that. But like, I really I started kicking it to the curb because it didn't serve me. It didn't. Yeah.
That was amazing. And I also want to touch on what we kind of touched on before about the abstract. And I know you mentioned, you know, almost like minimalistic things. So are you more of a minimalist or more abstract type of?
Or a maximist?
Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus is like when you see, I don't know if you ever like picked up a magazine for homes and you see like they're really, really colorful and they've got different little cute pots here, there, pictures everywhere. And it's like really busy, but it all makes sense. That's a Maximus.
Okay, Maximus.
I would say I'm somewhere in between.
Of all of that?
I can do a balance. I sometimes have trouble being a minimalist. Being a minimalist is not as simple as people think, because even being a minimalist, you have to fill up that space and make it look like a room and not just like what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like there's still a math and a science to even being a minimalist and having minimum clutter, but still having enough to make it look like, wow, somebody touched this room. This room is a piece of art. It is crafted well. That would be an area that I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But that's the thing about home staging, because it's kind of being a minimalist, because you don't get to use a lot of colors. You don't get to use a lot of patterns and textures, even though I be throwing my own stuff in there. Yeah. But like it help. That's kind of what minimalistic beauty is, where you do minimal and letting the house speak for itself.
Yeah. That's amazing. And as you say that, and I'm thinking like, dang, it is Men's Mental Health Week.
Oh, it is. Somebody come do a man cave. I've been wanting to do one forever.
Well, we could probably set that up through different programs. I'm thinking about the veterans and people that come out the military. You know, they have the funding, they have the money to do it, and they have this trauma. Like, have you ever worked with a client such as that and try to get them together mentally and have their sanctuary be therapy?
Not
therapeutic.
Not a veteran per se, or someone that has, I guess, like a clinical diagnosis of some sort. But I have worked in homes where there was a woman who had just went through a divorce. And she was really emotional about it. She was a new mom and a new divorcee, and she had moved to a new city, and she was trying to like create a space that she loved and to start over. I've worked with people who are just single and trying to make the best out of it and having their homes and, like, you know, being okay in their loneliness because their house is like somewhere that they find happiness in. Like, so not necessarily veterans or something of that nature, but people that are going through things that would make anyone depressed experiencing it. So I have created happy spaces for people that are trying to escape hardships. Yeah.
Wow.
Like people don't really understand how impactful design work is sometimes. Like it's definitely, and also like my degree is in psychology. So like color therapy and theory and all of those things, I do use certain colors because they do certain things for the mind and put you in certain mindsets and frames of things. So there is so much of a science to design work. And that's why I said what I said earlier about don't try to rush it. Like, enjoy that process, because at the end, you're going to have a space that you absolutely love. Rush projects are not, some of them are amazing. I've had rush projects and they come out absolutely bomb. Yeah. But I know that some of the projects that I really took my time on, they came out so amazing. Like, so amazing. So, yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's maybe something we could work on, reaching out to the VA and the veterans and getting government funding to do these projects. Yeah, I definitely see a benefit, and I know people in certain places, and people that are veterans, and the things they talk about are they don't have support that they need or don't know where to find it. I think that's the first place to start is at home. You know, or maybe they don't know, like they're just in a black and white or gray, a very dull space, and they're satisfied or think they're satisfied with it.
And if you're sitting in a space that's got like a lot of like blues but not the right shade of blue, or you in a lot of grays or white walls everywhere, like that's depressing. It can be. It gives no kind of character or energy. There's no energy in some of those colors, depending on the shade and the placement of it and how it's put into the space. So yeah. There is a science behind design.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even as you say that, I'm like, dang, the dullness. I'm like, dang, that's how jail is because they want these people to feel miserable, and then
They be depressed, and
people,
then
even classrooms, younger classrooms, elementary mainly, can't really speak for middle schools because that's when you start to change.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so colorful and
They're so amazing, like little kindergarten
imaginative.
rooms. Yeah, but you're right. I never even thought about that. When I went to middle school and high school, everything kind of changed. It wasn't really as colorful. Things started getting very flat. Lockers were all militant, and it was not as much color. The higher grades you went up, the more, I guess they would say, is more maturing, but it actually took away colors of inspiration, I feel.
Colors have inspiration.
Yeah, but I did go back to, we had our 15-year class, or our 15 class reunion, child, because we didn't do the 10. So we went back for our 15, and when I did walk through my old high school, I did see like a lot of like art and paintings that they had allowed like the students to do, and I thought it was so dope. And it added so much like character and color, and kind of gave you a feeling of what type of environment you're walking into in the school. It was in the library, I think, and I was like, whoa, this looks nothing like the library I went to high school with. Like, I would actually want to be here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So is there a specific color that inspired you or inspires you every day?
Every day, no. I know I was talking mess about black, but I like black. I like to wear black. I like to wear nudes. I'm not really a color person. Every now and again, you'll catch me in some colors. I actually, let me stop lying. There is a color that I really do like, and I find myself gravitating towards a lot more often. Green. And it's like, either it's like a lime color green, or it's like a mustard olivey green, or it's olive green. But I like green. I love green a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never suspect that.
Yeah, green. All last year, I was like, girl, you got to stop buying green stuff. I had a nice chunk in my closet. I was like, this all green and it all looks the same. Like, you got to switch up a little bit. But green.
Is green your favorite color?
No. My favorite color is red.
Red?
Like a rich ruby red. Yeah.
Mine as well. Red.
Yeah. I love reds, deep reds. I don't like them bright color reds.
Right.
And I do like green. Green is very beautiful in a lot of different colors, whether it's like sage or like even a pastel green. Like, all greens are really, really beautiful and earthy sometimes. Greens. I actually been liking yellows a lot lately.
Kind of spoke on some yellows earlier, like, oh.
Yeah, yellow. Yellow has been speaking to me. And I say red, orange. Orange is another color that I really, really like. Orange, I think, is like that good in between pink and red. And it's like that, I don't know, I love it.
It's unique.
Yeah, I love orange. Okay, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even as you mentioned the color green, do you associate different objects with different colors? Like cabbage is green, banana yellow, or different shapes. Like an egg is oval, so everything's oval. Like, think about an egg when I'm putting this or doing the rendering.
Oh, yeah. So like colors, like explaining them to clients.
Associating, yeah.
Yeah, so I do that when I do like walkthroughs and stuff like that. But normally when I'm sitting down with clients and I'm reviewing like a rendering that I've created, I have the color selected. So Sharon Williams, when I first like really got into the design world, I had like messaged them and told them like, hey, I'm an interior designer, like da da da. They sent me this humongous kit, like huge. Like, I mean, the thing was, they can't see me. It was like big. Like, it was like, I would say about 7 feet tall, or no, 7. What am I trying to say? Like inches. About 12 inches tall. Let's say 12 inches tall, and about 7 inches wide or whatever. And it had all of like these little booklets and these little binders full of like all of the colors that they have. And then also they had an exclusive designers colors where it's like only designers can get these colors.
Ooh. Wow.
So yeah, we get a lot of exclusive stuff in design. But it's so much. So like when I go to show like a rendering,
Mm-hmm.
or even if it's a virtual rendering, I'm able to like identify the colors that I want to do, so I don't have to try to explain it because I can show it to them. Or I'll tell them like, hey, go on Pinterest, look up what's a common color that everybody agreeable gray. Go look at agreeable gray.
Okay.
Oh, and like they can go pull it up on Pinterest and be able to look at agreeable gray everywhere. Or look at tricorn black. That's my favorite black color. So they go look and see what that looks like. They can get an example of what it looks like.
Have you ever thought about like almost integrating a color palette, like or how you describing all of this on your website?
So we do a collaboration of like different colors and stuff like that. Most interior designers and decorators, we create things called a mood board. Mm-hmm. So a mood board is a collage of different pictures, inspirations, vibes, things that you could find to kind of paint a picture to your client of how we gonna vibe out this room, what this room is gonna look like. Yeah. And oftentimes it has the color scheme that you're going for in this space. And then us as designers, we'll do a color match. Like, okay, so this color looks like this. Let me get a swatch of this color, put it up to it. This looks like this. Or they also have like little tools. Like I have a little tool that you could put it up to, and like it'll tell you a color that matches it. So, wow. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
So I know you have kind of like your own themes and stuff. Do you go to like different conferences?
Yeah.
Home shows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've gone to a few different showrooms, a few different, just like classes and just things, whatever for designers. Yeah, I've gone to those.
Have any?
It's been a while now, so yeah, but I've gone to some. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They have any designs popped out to you?
God, when you go to those showrooms, like it's like a candy shop. Like you turn this way, it's like, you turn, oh my God, that looks amazing. Like
real quick, is it salesy? Like the vendors, they're salesy? Or are they more like, check it out?
They chill. They real chill because the art speaks for itself, baby.
Lord, I went to a home show. I'm talking about getting in. We almost like the only guests. It's like just
you must be talking about like the Eyez Center where they have like the vendors home show type of thing.
No, I don't go to the Eyez Center no more.
Okay, I was talking
about attack, and remind me, I'm a introvert naturally, and it's early for me, but I'm like, let me just step out my box because I was interested, kind of still get into wholesaling.
I got some people I can connect you with if that's what you want to do.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely talk. And so I'm like, let me try the home show, at least kind of see what's there, because if I gotta stage or see what's out, what type of vendors out there, so kind of getting the idea. But I'm like getting so pulled. Soon I'm done with conversation with these people, but I'm also asking them valid questions too, or like, how, and then okay, all right, thank you. Wait, just going around to like
what show did you go to?
It was at the Huntington Convention. I'm not sure.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Those are when they're set up like vendors. The showrooms are different than that. Okay. Showrooms are like it would be a room like we're sitting in.
Well, they had those, but it was just on the other side. But it's like I had to go through this maze of like
vendors and them trying to sell their product to you. Yeah.
But I found an opening, a gateway. I saw a person's art that I know. I'm like, that is. I didn't see them at their booth. I'm like, wait, there's an opening. So it's almost like a movie. And it's like, all right, cut. And I could breathe again. It was just so overwhelming.
Wow.
Meaning I'm mainly to myself. And, it was early. It was cold as heck that day. I'm talking about nose running. I had to get myself together before I went in. It was just a wild day just to walk into that. And it's like,
yeah, for me, I have a different experience with showrooms. Because they're designed so eloquently, and then they also pick like the best of the best designers to showcase these spaces. Wow. They don't have to come up to you and ask you nothing. You're going to be trying to find them to figure out where do I get this? And also they have like tags that have the information or scan things that you can scan right to get to that. Yeah. For designer conferences. So like you don't really have to go and find people. Like you just scan what you're interested in. And then they have an area where they're like did they have you sign up, or did they they collect like your email or your name and stuff like that? No, email you like to follow up and things of that nature. But no, it's a little bit different, a different culture than like what you sound like you went to was more of like a like where they do like bathrooms or kitchens, and like they're trying to, it's so many different companies that do the restructuring of this and the third, and they're like, oh yeah, come with us, we have these kind of cabinets.
No obligation.
Yes. So that's a little bit different.
Okay,
Those are normally contractors who are trying to, design and recontract like your kitchens or construct your kitchens.
I ain't even gonna speak on Gutter Girl. Woo! That was her first day too. I'm in tears I had to walk away because I'm like laughing people's face. Like, it's rude. But it was just like, oh my goodness. That was a day for me. I had to speak on that on a later day, but that was
okay.
That was quite a day. But I know you said like during those shows they get emails. What do you do for like lead generation?
You always trying to put my business out there.
Well, that's why we talk about.
No, I be collecting the information.
I mean, you don't gotta give it all,
I collect the information, but then I get so busy that I never send out the things I'm supposed to send out. Because I need to start hiring people. It's just as simple as that, and I haven't. Because I'm a one-man show, and I do everything. And you can't, if you want to grow as a business, you cannot do everything by yourself. So, for those that are listening, I will be hiring soon, probably within the next 3 months. So, because I'm ready to.
We definitely have to talk more and collab because I see different things and pockets.
And opportunities for me to be doing stuff that I like. Anything and everything, I probably have thought of a lot of stuff, and I just have not had the time to execute it because it's hard to be your own. You're the designer, you're the shopper, you are the accountant, you are the bookkeeper, you are the photographer, you are the videographer, you are the person that's gotta clean, you're the person that paints, you're the person that does the contract work. I do a lot of stuff, so it's like. And I take on so much because I really be trying to save people money because it is expensive. On average, the prices that I quote to people are way lower than most designers will quote. On average, most designers outside of like a bathroom, you're looking at $20,000 to $25,000 out the gate per room. So, yeah. And I'm talking about 7, 5, 7, 10. These other designers talking about 20, 25 more.
So it's almost like education is needed for the clients before they even step in.
I just know what area I live in and who my audience is. And I think that that's really important. And for me, that's okay. Like, I don't mind, like, cutting those corners so that I could make a name for myself, one. Number two, also, I don't mind because for me, what I'm doing is building up communities of people that look like me. And a lot of homes, especially Black communities and Black homes and Black areas, are not always the most well kept. So for me to go into some of these spaces and to give them facelifts and bring life into our community, into our spaces, our beauty shops, our barbershops, our, like that means a lot to me. So sometimes when you love what you do, the money is going to come. Like, I'm not money hungry over it. I do it because I love it and I love the outcome that it brings.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. That is a wealth of information. Is there anybody specifically like you wanted to collab with? Like, because I could see, like you said, making a name for yourself, your name on pillows and different accents and designs and decorate.
I have a few business ventures that I would like to branch off into that once I get rid of this building, stuff's going to start moving. Yeah.
I'm excited for that's like I know it's like one chapter ends and it's like, can't wait for the next one to be.
Yeah, I can't wait for that chapter to end. It's just I was doing something that I'm the type of person you could put me into a lot of spaces and I can be successful. I can do the job great, but it's me deciding what I love and how I show up for that space that I love. I can do events, but I don't think that I would show up in the same way that I show up or have the same passion and love as I have for designing homes. Like, I know some event designers who are just phenomenal women, right? And men. And you can hear just from talking to them, it's a different type of passion. Whether they are the best at it or they mediocre, it's just a different, it's a difference. I don't see that in me, not for events.
Ooh, okay.
Even though I know I can do it, I probably would be really, really good at it. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to. I like houses. That's the decor that I like. I don't like event. I mean, I like event decor. I think that is beautiful, the art that they create, especially in the amount of hours that they have to make it happen. But no, I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to wrap it up. Some final questions. I kind of
Yeah.
thought of this. Like, if you had an unlimited budget,
Mhm.
you had a client there, boom, 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 they got this pristine mansion.
Mhm.
Like, if they had an unlimited budget, how would you begin to shape that for them?
Ooh. I think the first thing that I would do would be calling my mentors or people that I look at as mentors, and because most of my mentors have worked with celebrities, been in magazines, and done all of these things that I haven't yet advanced to.
Right.
So I would be calling them on how to navigate this space, because it would be foreign territory for me to have an unlimited budget or to have somebody who's a multimillionaire. I'm like, yeah, where do I start? Like,
Right.
I would know where to start. Like, I would know where to look, but also it's nothing like having someone that you can have rooting for you that has been at that. Everybody has had their first multi-million-dollar client where they have these budgets that were out of their normal tax bracket, and they know how that feels and what that space is like. So it's always great to have someone that can help you navigate through that. So the first call to action would be for me to be like, okay, now I need y'all to hey, line up, help me.
Yeah.
So, and just asking them, like, where would they shop, blah, blah, blah. But like me, I'm a visual person. So once I walk the space, I already have an idea of what I want to do. Calling them, getting whatever advice or gems they could drop on me. And then from there, it's just like, it's go time. I'm ready. Like, you say the word, I'm ready. I'm about to create what I would love to see in your space, given this budget. I don't think that I would max out the bank either if it didn't require that. But I would definitely be customizing some pieces, making some unique things to go in their space. I definitely would probably even work with like a furniture company to create my own furniture or something that was uniquely customized just for them. If I had that type of budget to do it. Because now with your unlimited budget, I have unlimitedness to my creativity. So now I get to really show out. So I'm about to show y'all how it's really done. So yeah, if I had that, I feel like it would land me in a whole lot of different spaces if I had that opportunity.
Wow, you really hit it on the head, because that's kind of what I tell customers. Like, oh, how much you charge for? Well, this is the, but if you, like you said, you bring me a bigger budget, then we can do X, Y, and Z and all of this. Like, even set up your whole event for you. You just show up the day of. We got you. So, it's important to invest in these projects, or what do you want complete. And before you hire someone, you have to pay people at the end of the day if you want something. So,
absolutely.
Is there any gem or tip that you will want to leave an inspiring entrepreneur?
Oh, y'all podcasters love to close with these tips. Okay, let me think.
Or what is something you learned? Like, man, if I could go back, I would change this. I would do this differently.
Honestly, I wouldn't change anything. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my life, my story was perfectly crafted for me when I got here. So trying to change what God created for me, I wouldn't want to change that. Yeah, I don't think I would try to change that because there's a purpose and the reason why he set it up the way he set it up. And I haven't even reached the amount or opened the doors that I know that are in store for me. So, what if I made that one change or an adjustment and it shifted my whole entire future? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, nah, I would keep it exactly how it is and keep it at this one pace. I would probably try to do more research about certain things so I'm more educated versus just jumping in, but I still wouldn't change it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But experience is the best teacher.
Yes.
So I love how you said that, though. You wouldn't change anything because it made the person you are who you are today.
Yeah, I love how it has helped me grow. I've grown so much, personally and professionally. And I think that even with doing my business, it's shown me what I'm capable of, things that I didn't think that I was capable of doing. So, yeah, I love this space and where I'm at in it and the things that it's taught me, the good and the bad.
Oh, that is amazing. I appreciate you for coming out today. I know we had some rescheduling multiple times.
Yeah, we got it together, though.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful for this, and it was a great conversation.
Yes, I enjoyed speaking with you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Where can everyone find you or look you up at?
Yeah. Y'all could find me on IG at Sujuans _Decor. That's my name across all, I guess, platforms of social media. From Facebook to YouTube, it's always going to be Sujuan. So you type in Sujuan, which is SUJUAN and an S, it'll pop up, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about the YouTube channel. I'm about to.
I only got like 2 videos on there. Okay. I'm gonna do better because I know that's coming. I'm gonna do better.
Oh, you sound like that client we presented to today when we was doing our research and audit. They only had 3 videos on their YouTube.
Yeah.
Getting a 10-year business. So I was like, yeah, that's
I gotta
something
do better.
we can help on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Miss India Sujuan. Sujuan Decor.
Thank
Designs.
you.
No longer event space, but home staging.
Yes. Home staging and sourcing materials for home flippers. So when y'all get tired of trying to pick out y'all own stuff and flipping all of these homes, come and talk to me so I could do the work for you so you can move on to your next property and be making more money.
That is right. And like you said, you're able to work with unlimited budget. So everyone that's listening and wants home staging, interior design, and decorating, if you got that unlimited budget, she's ready for it. She has a team and mentors to help guide her with support and the knowledge. So definitely reach out to her. Don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to also, come to India up front. Like, this is my budget. This is, it helps us, especially as creators and designers, visual artists, to help, craft what you need and want.
Yes. So
with your budget.
I actually do have like different packages for different financial needs. And I also have I haven't even introduced this. So, hey, I have payment plans. So don't be intimidated by the cost to get it done because you can do payment plans and we can still get your home to look absolutely amazing. So just reach out to me. I would love to work with you.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I did this interview with like, she got hire her, but you said payment plans. No, I feel more comfortable approaching you like, okay,
yeah,
let's work on this home project. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
So with that being said, what type of payment plans do you do, or like what software programs? Platforms?
There's one program. Well, it's the same program. So you could either pay like half up front and then half at a different time. I think they give you like a 6-month span type of thing. Or you could break it up into 2 payments. You could break it up into 4, or you could break it up into 6. And I guess the program will like speak to you on when the payments will have. I don't know. They generate it based off of how much the thing is, but they will break up the payments for you. And you also, I think, can customize how you want to make the payments too. Now with the program, I'm not sure because I have not utilized it yet, but I do have the program. I'm not exactly sure if they add on interest rates. However, there is a program. I'm actually going to get more information about that and I'll post it on my Instagram. So therefore, if you listen to this, you can reference to my Instagram page or my TikTok because my friend has forced me to get TikTok.
Oh, not the TikTok.
I'll have the information ready in a hand.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. Once again, I appreciate you, and I want to close out by telling everyone that's listening, thank you for tuning in to Eyez Photos Industry Talk with India, which has been an amazing conversation. I thank you for allowing me to pick your brain and get more insight on your journey, and also the interior design and more so interior decorating world.
Yes, thank you.
So it's been fun, and this will be released very, very soon. I know I have a lot of things to catch up on, but you know, everybody can always find me at Alien Eyez Photos. That's Alien Eyes with a Z, Photos with an S, and check out the website alieneyesphotos.com for more information, and also for my booking link if you need an event photographer, video production, podcast consulting, even business coach, where I love to bounce ideas off of you so you could gain more traction. Thank you again. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a blessing. Peace.
There's one place for the newest drops in wellness and performance and the biggest sale of the year. It's The Drop by GNC, curating the best of what's new, handpicked by the pros who know what works. And right now, get it all, buy one, get one 50% off during the semi-annual Live Well sale. From crushing workouts to leveling up your nutrition and everything in between, get the best deals on the latest innovations. All the newness is all on sale right now during the Live Well sale on The Drop by GNC.
Parles-tu français?
¿Hablas español?
Parli italiano?
If you've used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based technique teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world. With lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers, Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/acast. Spelled BABBEL.com/acast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick-draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com/comfort. Tommy John, comfort perfected.